we return. There's not so many of you. Everyone's probably eating, I think. So, here we have, in a second or two, you be the judge. The next couple of sessions are a little bit more interactive. You're going to be, you be the judge in a minute, where the staff will be talking about ideas and skills updates that have been suggested by you, the players. And then after that, quite an interesting one where we're going to actually start to create a new character for RuneScape. That will begin today, and that will finish off tomorrow, where again you get to judge on certain aspects of that character. So, for those people coming in, if you want to come in, grab your seats as quick as possible. Now I'm going to hand you over to Alex, who's going to host you through this update session.
It's not very fun, is it?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and welcome to You Be the Judge. You've joined us here today to sit in judgment over your peers regarding a skill update to go into the game in summer of next year. Now, just to give you an idea, we've had, since we opened the
that's an introduction
hotline, over 1,300 suggestions from various players, some of them slightly silly, most of them incredible.
Amazing quality.
The community management team diligently went through all 1,300 of these. From those, picked out 110 that they thought would be a fitting addition to the game, and they sent them on to me. I took those, I rendered those down to a list of 20, being ever more vigilant, destructive, harsh. And then to top it all off, the cherry on the cake, I gave it to one Mark. I'm sorry. but he knows what's what. And he cut that 20 down to 5, a short list of 5 player suggestions that we will be happy, we will be ecstatic to see going into the game this summer. So, in order to present these to you best, in order to give you the best idea of them, in order to let you decide for yourselves which is the way to go, I've had a crack team of QA specialists. Each of these has one idea to champion, and they will be presenting these to you. Let's meet the team now. There we go. Number one, we have Mod Adam. Mod Adam was responsible for QAing Cold War, and As a First Resort, and Clan Citadels. Next to him, Mod Lewis R, responsible for Capes of Distinction, Ritual of the Margaret, and Clan Citadels. In the middle, Mod Vicky, a veteran, responsible for the Jadinko Lair, the Fremennik Sagas, and uniquely, Clockwork Syringe, rather than Clan Citadels. In fourth, Mod Slayer. Right in the audience. In that case, you have dedicated fans. Mod Slayer has been responsible for work on our loyalty program, work on Clan Citadels goes without saying. How could I possibly have forgotten Clan Citadels? And finally, but by no means least, Mod Hunter on the end there, who has worked on Next, and who has worked on... Does anyone have to do anything else in mind? Very well done. Clan Citadels. So, our crack team, IQA specialists, ladies and gentlemen. And they will be presenting to you the following shortlist. I urge you, ladies and gentlemen, cast no votes now. Cast no votes now. Your vote will not be counted because the voting system is not yet online. And your call may still be charged. So,
big game.
number one, the player-owned greenhouse. If you ever wanted a construction update, which is also a farming update, this would seem to be the thing for you. Number 2, the customizable agility course. Construction and agility in one neat package. Sounds interesting. Number 3, Statues of Yelnor, a distraction and diversion featuring a wide range of skills. Number 4, Altarless Runecrafting. Altarless Runecrafting, ladies and gentlemen. And number 5, the Big Game Hunter distraction and diversion, which Mod Hunter has graciously agreed to put his name to. And so, I am now passing over to presentation number 1. What Adam with the player in greenhouse?
Okay, so the player in greenhouse is doing for levels A5 construction art. This would allow you to store many things and have your own farming patterns within your greenhouse. So some of the things this would allow you to do, it would link farming with construction. So the higher your farming skill, the better things you can store within your greenhouse. You can store a variety of saplings and seeds. This would also function as a storage utility, so you can store your buckets, compost, your plant pots, etc. Now, the farming patches would be 4, but in the top tier, you'd be able to replace those with nursery patches, so you'd be able to turn seedlings into like saplings. Now, one of the bonuses of this update would it will free up a lot of bank space, so you can take those seeds and the saplings from your bank, put them all in your greenhouse, and then obviously convert vice versa. Now, this is probably going to provide another use for the butler, or introduce a brand new butler. So maybe the butler could go back to your bank, get planks, and do something with seeds, or it would be entirely content specific. Also, it's going to look epic. It's going to have specular lighting all over the place, it's going to be transparent, it's going to be something to show off to your mates. It would also offer a disease-free farming patch, which could be linked into your own compost bin. So in conclusion, this is going to free up bank space. It's going to give you extra storage, and it's going to bring 2 rather complex skills together.
Thank you very much, Lord Adam. I know I'd like to hear more bank space. Who doesn't? Moving on then to pitch number 2, the customizable agility course. Mod Lewis R is going to tell us a little about that.
Thank you, Mod Sir. Hello, I'm Mod Lewis R, and the pitch that I'm going to give you today is customizable agility course. Now, when we first were given our 5 pitches, I jumped at the chance to take this agility one because I think it is that epic, and I hope that at the end of this presentation, you're also going to agree with me. But before I go into giving you the juicy details, let's just have a show of hands here in the audience. Who here has 99 agility? You can raise your hands. There's a few of you. Okay, keep your hands in the air if you also have 99 construction. Yeah, the drops, there's a few, but not many. Okay, thank you. For the rest of you, maybe you want that 99 agility cape, but running around the same agility course over and over, maybe it's just too tedious. Maybe you want that 99 construction cape. Do you have the money to buy the resources? Maybe you don't. This is the update for you. And for those of you that did have your hands in the air, still vote for this, because you're going to agree it's this useful. So, customising your very own agility course. Picture, if you were, an area within RuneScape. It could be a really nice area. It could have a load of trees, a stream running through the middle. There's something the opposite side of it, maybe a chest. What's in that chest? You want to get there, you want to find out. It could be a chunky experience lab, who knows? How do you get there? There's going to be some hotspot areas all across the area, and similar to construction, you're going to build an agility obstacle on each hotspot. The obstacle that you build determines the route that you can traverse from start to finish. So the idea here is to come up with the best set out of obstacles to get from start to finish as quick as possible. But it's not quite that simple. We need to have it a bit more interesting, otherwise you're just going to build a straight agility course, you're going to stick to the same one over and over. So perhaps there could be things going on in the area and you've got to react to it. So for example, if you were to cut a tree in the area to get wood, and you use the wood to build a wooden bridge over the river, there could be angry beavers in there, and these angry beavers could want to come over and eat the wood and take it off your bridge. So you're going to have to react to what's going on and change what you're building. So you're constantly changing and evolving your very own agility course. This is going to be geared up towards 80 to 85 agility construction, so the higher those levels, the better obstacles you can build, the quicker you're going to go over them. What reward do you get? What is in it for you? Well, if you have the skills, and you have the attention to detail to react and plan the best course possible versus time and effort, this will give you the best agility experience in-game based at 85 agility. So, if you want that agility, if you want the construction for building these courses, vote for this. It's the update for you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Nice indeed. Number 3 then. Statues of Eleanor. This one's rather interesting. Well, please tell us more about that, Vicky.
Okay, so we all love D&Ds, don't we? Who here hunts penguins on a weekly basis, goes hunting down those evil trees, maybe jumps on the bandwagon of running around looking for those shooting stars. This is a new D&D that will be aimed at smithing, crafting, construction and magic XP. Okay, I'm going to set the scene for you. You're walking through Varrock and you see a really shiny statue. It's gold, it's gilded, and there's a little guy hammering away with fine details on the bottom. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a pack of imps appear. They raid the statue, strip it of shinies, and disappear in a puff of smoke. You can imagine the hard work he's just put into this statue is, you just find out, it is there for a commemoration. The city has basically asked for this statue to be built for an event of some kind, and there's a limited time before the unveiling happens. So you go and help this poor man by hunting down the imps and finding the missing pieces of the statue in record time, get them back to him, help him build the statue, and he will reward you with a chunk of XP. So this could be basically smithing XP, crafting XP, construction XP, and finally a bit of magic for adding that finishing touch to the statue, going through the grand unveiling, and then he may give you a further reward, which would be an artisan's badge. Now we've all heard of the herald capes in the cities, haven't we? The customisable capes. Currently they're free to play only, and obviously members can get them as well. They have absolutely no stats on them whatsoever, they just look pretty. So these artisan badges, what happens if you get, for example, a mining badge and you attach it to the herald cape from Falador, and you get a lovely boost of XP while mining. So while you're down in the mining guild, something like that, you get a nice big boost, and that lasts for the entire week. So basically, this D&D would happen in all the major cities around RuneScape. We may even potentially add in some new herald capes into each areas with new logos on them. And in each area will be specific XP gains that you can actually get for completing this D&D. So in the end, you know, it's something that will happen as you're walking past. You'll be able to just jump into it, quick, run around. This is also a really good way of getting your friends involved, because it's a speed event, everybody can find out where all the bits are, tell everybody else where they are, and then everybody can get the best XP that they possibly can. So it's very much like Penguins in that way, where everybody can communicate with everybody else, run around to get the best XP they possibly can.
Excellent. I do like Penguin, I do like a shooting star. Thank you very much. Number 4 then. The Altarless Rune Crafting Minigame, presented by Monslayer. One caveat, Monslayer has been talking to a vast number of players today. Her voice has taken a beating. We'll let the microphone do the work, but go easy. Monslayer.
Okay, so it wasn't quite Slayer that we had, but Rune Crafting is one of the last 99s I plan to get, so when I figured that we could possibly make this a bit better, and I know with many of the skills we've got so much choice out there, I mean so many different ways we can train them, but with Rune Crafting we've really just got the altars, and there's different methods of doing them, but generally it is just an altar, and I wanted to bring that into a permanent solution, to have an alternative. So picture a factory setting, and it's going to be more or less a puzzle-based game, so it's going to be pretty fast-paced, and you're going to have to combine these runes, and what you're going to get from this is going to be the best rune crafting in game. We're hoping to aim it at playing 70+ rune crafting, And apart from being the best XP in game, some of the rewards you might be able to get. I know all of you are struggling for bank space, so I'd like to help you with that and combine your pouches you've got. So you'll be able to combine some of your pouches together, and so it'll give you more inventory space when you're running, and also you'll be able to carry more essence with you if you do train on altars. But apart from that, your new wicked hood you've got, which teleports you to the altars each day of that, we're going to upgrade that to be one of the rewards. And this will give you better XP whilst in the factory. But for those of you who do still like to run the altars, we'll give you a bit of extra XP as well when you're running altars. And apart from that, there's one more reward, and you won't have to do any payments on the Zedalai banker. You won't have to pay the runes for him, so that should save you some space as well. And apart from being the best XP in game, I think there's some pretty nice rewards, and I definitely think Runecrafting could do with an update. Thanks, Martha.
I know I'm the one with not mind never seeing Alter again, mind you. Last, but by no means least, number 5, Mod Hunter, the big game hunter D&D. You have an enviable piece of content to back you up, so tell us something about that now, please.
Yes, I'm Mod Hunter, but in game I'm not really a fan of the skill. I find the creatures you hunt are quite stupid. They'll just run into your traps without any thought whatsoever. That's what I'd like to change. So, a bit of backstory, there's some ancient island, but nobody ever has seen it. But recently some creatures have been seeping into the mainland, which the hunting expert has been trying to discover. But they've caught onto his scent, so he needs your help to find them. Once you've hidden your scent, he will give you a task, so you may be asked to catch 5 giant chinchompas, quite like Slayer. Whilst you're hunting some, say, normal red chinchompas, you may have a giant chinchompa appear and try and explode next to you, or in terms of defending other chinchompas, you may need to stun it before it attacks you, and similar mechanics like these just to make new types of the monsters that are a bit more intelligent than the current ones. That would be the weekly repeatable content where you can get one of these tasks each week. In reward for this, you will get a hunter token, or 2, maybe even more, which can be traded in for rewards, some of which could be, say, a hunting knife, which when taken to things which drop skins, such as hunting creatures or even dragons, you may find you get extra hides whilst hunting them. You may also get that cute little pet, if you look at number 4 in the concept art, who could be following you around, tripping over his own ears as he's moving behind you, quite like the little cute animations on the pet Jude. You may also be able to discover a new hunting area filled with a more powerful chinchompa. And who knows for the shark, it could be destroying anywhere. So if you want more intelligent hunting creatures, vote number 5.
Excellent, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the crack team of QA specialists. Before we cast our votes, a swift rundown. You have seen Mod Adams, player-owned greenhouse. You have seen Mod Lewis R's customizable agility course. You have seen Mod Vicky's statues of Galen or D&D. Not DVD. We can bring one out. What do you think, bud? You have seen Mod Slayer's ultimate and you have seen Mod Hunter with the Big Game Hunter D&D. These 5 player suggestions that they've championed for you are now yours to vote on. If you look under your seats, or in your hands if you've already been filling, you will find a voting pad. On it are numbers. In a few moments, these voting pads will become active. These voting pads have already become active. Excellent. When you've cast your votes, you will be able to register 2 votes. 2 unique votes. This means that the last 2 numbers that you press will be registered with your votes for this update. If you press the same one twice, it will register as one vote, so don't be happy.
That's not fair, I wanted to vote for twice.
You have dedicated. Ladies and gentlemen, cast your votes now. So what do we think? Let me tell you, we've had several rather interesting suggestions in the 1300s that didn't quite make it. Someone wanted an entire underwater city, which would be cool. It really would. I can think of many ways to make this incredibly good. It's also not a skill update. It's not related to a skill update, and it's huge. It's a project that would take months, and probably wouldn't be out for summer. So that was one possibility. That's a good idea, undoubtedly a good idea, but not really a fitting one, and not really fitting to this. We have had many suggestions that we add sailing to the game, that we add shape-shifting to the game, that we add bard to the game. I'm not sure if it's just one bard or the ability to make your own bards. The idea wasn't put through in that much detail. But while all potentially good, we have many developers who do a great job of this. These are also not skill updates. These are new skills. Any particularly interesting one? Oh yes, build your own corpse. Would anyone like to play around the house, except it's not a house, it's a corpse? I felt justified in cutting that. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, your time for voting is at an end. Let's now move on to see the results of your voting.
I would scream that my voice is pretty much gone today. It could do with an update, I'm definitely.
A close run thing indeed. Bear in mind a couple of disclaimers here that, number one, just because Big Game Hunter did not win, doesn't mean it's not a good idea. And so, sometime in the distant future, we may yet put it in. So if you see it in the game someday and you think, I didn't vote for that, then don't rage. But feel free to rage, I'll laugh. And number two, you have voted on concepts. And you have voted on concepts that are yet to be fully designed. They will be very similar to what you've heard. The particulars may change a little. So don't rage. Or if you do, I'll laugh. Regardless, the results. You have voted for the rune crafting minigame. Alternate rune crafting will become a part of Runefest next summer.
Yay!
What's there? Or a courtesy, either one. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for turning up here and listening to our spiel, to your spiel, presented back to you. And thank you very much for casting your votes on this You Be the Judge panel. Enjoy the rest of the fest.
Beautiful.